I like Travis Brown so much. I just read a Travis Brown article. You guys will remember Travis, though, right? You got to have been around a little bit because Travis stopped fighting. He stopped fighting in that 2015, 2016 would be the latest. Husband of Ronda Rousey, Travis Brown. All right. So Travis goes to the WWE. First off, I met Travis a couple of times in my life. I remember both times I met him. I remember both conversations we had. He could not have been a more likable guy. On top of that, I love his work. I loved to watch him fight. You know, he's the one, don't forget, very few men can say they beat Josh Barnett. Much fewer. I think only one, and it's him, can say they stopped Josh Barnett, and he did it with those, remember those elbows that we'd never seen before up against the fence? But Travis Brown had some great moments. I like his work in the WWE tremendously. They've brought him out of the audience. They've had him do some stuff, couple of run-ins. He's got the size. He's got the look. He has mastered the psychology, and they don't use him. I don't know why they don't use him more. But I'm reading the Travis Brown article, and I'm waiting on Uber Eats. So we got a place out here called Dave's Hot Chicken. I think that's a national chain. I think. But it's brand new here in Oregon. There's only one. I'd never heard of it before. So it's set up, real fast food, no drive-through, but it's real quick. I get it from Uber Eats. And I had tried it one time because I did this Chicken Wars experience with my mom to go around and try all these different chickens. But I wanted to do Dave's a very specific way, which is a way that I generally would not eat, and I certainly would not admit to eating generally. But I got a few things from Dave. So you get the chicken. The chicken comes, it's excellent, by the way. And there's like 6 different flavors you can choose. I went straight in the middle at medium. Comes with a little bit of coleslaw. I would suggest they don't do that, but they do. They put a couple of pickles on there. Then you, of course, have the Dave sauce. And if you want to compare it to something you'd be able to relate to more, think of Chick-fil-A and how much you like it, but with the sauce, right? If I told you can have Chick-fil-A, you go, oh, awesome. If I go, we can have Chick-fil-A, but we're all out of sauce, it's not quite awesome. So Dave's has their own Dave sauce. At any rate, I get sandwich. I got a big problem with the sandwich from Jump Street as soon as I open it up, which is all they sell in there is chicken strips and chicken sandwiches. They sell absolutely nothing else. Well, they say take the same chicken. If you want a sandwich, take the exact same piece of chicken, they throw it between a bun. What's the problem with that? The problem is it's generally a chicken strip is shaped like a rectangle. Generally. I mean, but that, right, it's longer, it's skinnier in the middle. That by no means is the shape of a bun. Why would you sell a chicken patty by design that you're going to mass produce and sell to people over and over and not have it in the same size and or shape as the bun? I don't know. But this is what Dave's did. So when I ordered, I get a side of mac and cheese. I get an extra Dave sauce. I add American cheese to it. And I get something called cheesy fries, which are exactly that. They're crinkle cut fries. They melted some cheese on top. They didn't look overly appetizing. They tasted great. I could have used a ranch to dip it in. I like cheesy fries. I don't mind if you put a little bacon and scallion on there, but I want to break it off. I want to dip it in some ranch. Okay. I open all these things up that I told you about. Very unlike me. Oh, by the way, Dave's also, not only is the Dave sauce very good, and the chicken's very good. It's a very good piece of chicken. Honey. They serve honey with it. And I know that you guys have heard, remember when waffles and fries, or chicken and waffles was a really big deal? That largely had to do with the maple syrup and the sweetness to that. And many people have figured out that you can take chicken, you can do maple syrup, but you can also do honey. So I open up my bun. I got a little coleslaw on there. I got a little pickle on there. I like the pickle a lot on a fried chicken. I don't know about the coleslaw, but it was on there and I left it. Take my mac and cheese, dump it right on there. Handful of cheese fries, put it on there. Now that does 2 things. That doesn't only give me a fry now on my sandwich, it gives me another layer of cheese. I take the honey, drizzle it on. I take the extra Dave sauce that was 29 cents that I got on the side, dump it on, put my bun, smash it down like a savage, and eat this thing. It was the top 2 chicken sandwich I've ever had. Now, I could tell you, well, the top 100 chicken sandwiches I've ever had, but they all came from Red Robin. They're all the teriyaki chicken sandwich from Red Robin. So essentially, that's the same one, okay? So if we're not going to count every one that I've ever eaten, we're going to call that one. This was the second best I have ever had. And I don't know if you guys have done that. If you've done just a goulash chicken sandwich before. Mac and cheese and fries. That's weird. Honey. There was a ketchup I put. I mean, this thing was, it was great. I recommend it. This whole meal I just told you about was $11. Got everything I just told you about and delivered to my door, $11. Tip was extra, of course, but I'm just sharing with you. It's very affordable, completely filling. I'm eating this while I'm reading about Travis Brown, who's doing an interview talking about his frustration looking at the rest of the boys that are out there and they're complaining about their contracts. And Travis brought up two things. He said, look, if you're going to complain to the guy that you signed a contract with, I had a problem with that. But if you're not going to take it to him and you're going to do the next thing, which is to go and talk to the media about the guy you signed the contract with, I got a problem with that. And the older guys you talk to, and Travis is barely removed from the sport and doesn't qualify as an old guy, but he is a veteran who is now done and can look back. And the more time you put in between, right? You take an athlete from 2008, you take an athlete from 2004, you take an athlete from 1995, the stronger they're going to make the exact same point that Travis made. And there's a piece of it from a psychological standpoint. There's an absolute disrespect and unappreciation for the guys that set the table in the first place and didn't have any of the niceties that today's guys have and complain about. The guys of yesteryear, as the sport, as the company, as you, the fans, which create the industry, as it all, it just keeps getting better. It just keeps getting better. So then you take these fresh guys that are in just a dream situation for a guy from the 90s, called his career off in 2005. He will look at that and be, oh my goodness, I can't believe what I can't believe what your minimums are. I can't believe the hotels that you're staying at. I can't believe the beautiful vehicles that are picking you up and getting you from place to place. I just couldn't imagine. We didn't even have that. So then when you have a guy from today complaining, the guy of yesterday really has a harder time accepting that. And Travis didn't say that. I told you what Travis said. Now I'm adding my own thoughts. But it's good to hear from Travis. I wish he did a little bit more MMA. He left on his own, right? He and Ronda all on their own. I figured they'd come back. They didn't. They closed that book. They went off into wrestling. Seemed to be happy as can be. It's good to hear from Travis. It's good to eat that chicken sandwich. And I'm not macaroni and cheese and fries on a sandwich guy. If you guys have a Dave's Hot Chicken and you're going to order, it's going to come to your house. Get a side. It's 29 cents. Get a side of Dave's sauce. Consider the mac and cheese and combine them.